exciting day. Today I'm going to introduce a real favorite for so many and real simple to do. You don't even need a mixer. We're going to do zalabi, Loukoumades. So I have here 2 cups of flour. You can double or triple the recipe as you wish. 2 cups of flour, 1.5 teaspoon of yeast, a little bit of salt, touch of salt, and a tablespoon of sugar. And it will take between 1.5 to 2 cups of warm water. In my bowl here, I'm gonna just put about a tablespoon of flour, the yeast, and the sugar. I will just mix them with a little bit of water. I will let it sit for about 5 minutes or so until it starts to bubble. Now that the yeast has created some bubbles on top here, I'm gonna be adding the rest of the flour. And slowly I will be adding the water. And I say slowly because I don't want clumps to be created. So in the beginning, until the whole flour gets wet, I will be adding the water slowly. So I keep it really smooth, free of clumps. If the bowl is swiveling and you can't control that, take a wet towel and put it under and it will stop moving. Now my flour got wet. I'm just mixing everything evenly. Thick pancake batter texture. I will add just a touch of the rest of my water, which added up to be 1.5 cups. If you feel more comfortable to do this in the mixer, you can also do that, but I am getting my morning exercise right now. As soon as the whole batter is even and nice and smooth, the way you see it here, this is the good consistency for Loukoumades. Cover it and let it rest in a warm place until it rises. Then I like to deflate it and let it rise again. I feel that when you let it rise again, it performs better as you're frying it. Half an hour later, I have the dough has risen. Let me show you how it looks. Bubbly and fluffy. It filled the whole bowl. So at this time, I deflate and I will let it rise again. We'll do that and then we will get to fry them. So at this point, just move it around just like this. It went down, I'll recover. And this time, it's not gonna take half an hour, it's gonna take much less, about 10-15 minutes. So while the dough is rising again, I thought I would show you how to make the syrup. And the syrup needs to be at cooler temperature than the Loukoumades so they can absorb. In this pot, I will be adding 1 cup of sugar, Of course, again, I'm gonna say that you can double the recipe or triple it depending on how much loukoumades you're making. I will be adding onto that 1 cup of sugar, I'll add 3/4 of a cup of water. Trying to mix to dissolve the sugar in the water. Let it come to a boil. The syrup is starting to bubble. After 2 to 3 minutes of boiling, I will add flavoring. You can add orange blossom, you can add cinnamon stick, or my favorite is a little brandy. So I will add about a tablespoon of brandy in there and turn off the heat. And at this point, I will also add about half a cup of honey. Mix it well and let it cool down so you can dip your loukoumades in. Now the dough has rised again. I have the oil on the stove. I will put a wooden spoon in the oil to see if it bubbles around the wooden spoon. As you see now, it means the oil is ready. So what I will do is I'm gonna scoop out from the bowl. I will hold the dough with my hand like this, and I will cut small pieces of dough with a little spoon and drop it in the oil. I'm making them large. That's how we like them. You can make them smaller if you wish. Don't overload the pan because the oil is gonna get cooler when you put more dough in it, and it's gonna stop cooking them properly. Continue to mix so they are golden on all sides. When you achieve the color you like, pull them out. And now you dip your loukoumades in the honey and strain them. Now you continue to do that until you are finished with all your batter. The longer you keep them, the more they absorb. We don't tend to like them too sweet, so I pull them out fast. Here's the last batch. Now what I'm doing here is I'm straining them in this, and then I will put them either in the syrup or in a side dish, because I'm gonna tell you tip of the day as soon as I'm done with this last batch. Okay, I finished frying them. It didn't take long at all. Now I have a tip for you. Those are the ones that I fried and I dipped in the honey syrup. Those are the ones that I fried and I put to strain, and then I added them onto this plate. And why did I do that? Because if I feel like having loukoumades tomorrow or next week or next 3 weeks, I can, after those cool down completely, I will put them in a paper bag, and then I put them in a Ziploc, and I will freeze them. And when I feel like having loukoumades again, I can put them in a high preheated oven or toaster oven, just for them to defrost and preheat and reheat. And then I will have some of the syrup. I can put it in a jar and keep it in my pantry. It lasts for a very long time. Dip them and eat them as if I have fried them that day. Meanwhile, the ones that we already have prepared, I will, put in a plate, dust with some cinnamon. That's how they're eaten in Greece. I like a lot of cinnamon. And then I will also add a little bit of walnuts on them. And we have perfect loukoumades. Now, the Palestinians, the zalabi, you don't add the cinnamon and the walnuts, and you add orange blossom essence into the syrup. But here's for you. Enjoy.